Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or The Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, I'm bringing you guys Fantasy Football 2020 running back sleepers. I've already done wide receiver sleepers and quarterback sleepers, so you can check those out down below on my channel. Make sure to click that subscribe button while you're down there, because not only is it going to help me, it's going to help you guys win your 2020 Fantasy Football Championship and keep winning beyond 2020, because we build dynasties here on the Notorious Fantasy YouTube channel. So let's get right into it. Fantasy Football 2020 running bike sleepers. There are a couple of sleepers in this video. At the running back position. There will be more updated versions coming out later, obviously, as the ADP seems to change. So right now, David Montgomery of the Chicago Bears is my number one sleeper in this video. He is running back ranked number 25 on fantasypros.com. So what fantasypros.com does is they take a consensus of a bunch of experts, and that is where he is going because there's no ADP right now. So he's running back 25 on people's board, but to me, I have him a bit higher than that. He finished as running back 23 in PPR last season, so he already outworked that 25 number. He played in 16 games. He did have a sprain in one game. It really didn't do anything. But with that said, he still played in 16 total games, 170.4 PPR points in 2019, 10.6 points per game in PPR, 57.9% snap share, which is 17th amongst running backs, 889 rushing yards, 55.6 per game, which is 18th amongst running backs. 7 total touchdowns, 17th amongst running backs, 35 red zone touches, 2.2 per game, 19th amongst running backs, 25 receptions, number 41 amongst running backs, and 18 receiving yards, 44 amongst running backs. So the one thing you have to understand is David Montgomery is not going to be catching passes in the backfield for the Chicago Bears, even though we think he does have that pass catching ability. I mean, he had 25 receptions. He had more receptions than he had yards. That tells you it all. If he catches the ball, great. You get that point for PPR, but he's not going to be going anywhere, okay? Tariq Cohen is going to be the main pass catching back on the team, so you have to understand that until Tariq Cohen is out of the Chicago Bears offense, David Montgomery is not going to be catching too many passes. 25 receptions, 30 receptions is probably his top. 25 is probably where he will end up finishing around there yet again. Now, the one stat I want to talk about here that is why he is my sleeper is the fact that he had 35 red zone touches, which is 2.2 per game, 19th amongst running backs. Not a lot of running backs that have a crowded type of backfield like David Montgomery are seeing that much red zone production. Now, he finished with 7 touchdowns, which is only 17th amongst running backs, but I think in 2020, he could be scoring upwards of 10 plus touchdowns. I think that David Montgomery gets better this season. Now, Mitch Trubisky's probably not going to be the starting quarterback. I'm sorry to tell you to all you Mitch Trubisky fanboys, it's going to be Big Dick Nicholas Foles being the head quarterback of the Chicago Bears, the starting quarterback. So I think that really helps David Montgomery out, having a quarterback that can throw the ball to the left side of the field. If you watch the game, that man could not hit someone if they were butt-ass wide open on the left side of the field. He just cannot throw the ball there, so I like David Montgomery now that they can run the ball to the left because people will not expect it because before all the balls were going either to the right or to the left. Maybe he can only throw it to the right. I don't even remember because that's how bad Mitch Trubisky is because I don't even fucking care about him. It's going to be Nick Foles. The offense is going to look better. While I don't agree with Matt Nagy, I think Matt Nagy is a bit of an idiot, if I'm being completely honest with you. He screwed David Montgomery all last season, but he did have a 57.9% snap share, 17th amongst running backs, which is pretty good considering they have Tariq Cohen in the backfield, so they really do prefer to use David Montgomery, so I like that. And I think that David Montgomery is going to have a much more productive last season than last year. The reason why he is a sleeper right now is strictly because everyone's hope of David Montgomery was he would return value in the 3rd, the 4th round. You know what he did? He didn't return value at all for that pick. But will he provide value for you in like the 6th round now? Yes, he does. I think that David Montgomery is a steal in the 6th round. I think that he's going to be a guy that actually moves up draft boards, so he may not be as much of a steal come draft day in August or September if you're one of those late folks like that. Now, the next guy here is Kareem Hunt of the Kansas City Chiefs, running back number 28 on Fantasy Pros. Now, last season he finished as running back number 47 in PPR, but to me, I don't really look at that because he only had 8 games. If he played 16 games, say he played 16 games, he has 200 plus points, 12.7 points per game. That's a very good running back and a very capable running back that you can find late that is very, very safe. 54.1% snap share, 25th amongst running backs, 179 rush yards, 22.4 per game, 69th amongst running backs. Nice. 3 total touchdowns, 50th amongst running backs, 6 red zone touches, 0.8 per game, 37 receptions, 22nd amongst running backs, and 285 receiving yards, 26th amongst running backs, not 28, 285 receiving yards. So he is a wide receiver in the backfield. He is not going to be seeing 1,000 touches a game, okay? You have to understand that. Nick Chubb is the lead back, the head honcho on the team, but that does not mean that the Browns aren't going to run the ball a million times. Stefanski takes over as the coach of the not of the Green Bay Packers, of the Kansas City Chiefs. He runs the ball a million times. I think it was over 60% on the Vikings. He was running the ball that many times. I think that Kareem Hunt is going to get more opportunity to even rush the ball this year. But even with that said, he's going to be getting a lot of pass-catching opportunities out of the backfield. He's not going to score you 10 touchdowns. He has no shot to score 10 touchdowns. I would bet my life that he would not score 10 touchdowns. But I could see him at 5, 6, and that's still good for fantasy football. In PPR, Kareem Hunt is a steal. If you're in a standard league, I do worry, though, because those receptions are really building up his point total for your fantasy football team in 2020. The next guy to talk about here is Darrell Henderson of the L.A. Raiders, running back number 42 on Fantasy Pros now. Darrell Henderson finishes running back 97 in PPR, 22.4 PPR points, 1.7 points per game, 17th in rush attempts in 2019. That cannot be true. It was probably like 171st. He was not getting a lot of touches. That is true. He was not really doing too much, but that's because they had Todd Gurley. Now Todd Gurley is fucking gone. They shipped him off to Atlanta. Now, what does that mean for Mr. Darrell Henderson? Well, they didn't even ship him off. They just said, fuck you, we're cutting you. What does that mean for Darrell Henderson? This means that now he's going to fly up the draft board. So he'll probably be a 6th, 7th round pick, 5th round pick. Now, there is some big worry, so we need to see in preseason what's going to happen, if there even is a preseason. Darrell Henderson should be the lead back on the team. I am worried, personally, about Malcolm Brown. Now, I don't think Malcolm Brown is as talented as Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson's college tape showed athleticism. It showed that he could be potentially a RB1, a starting running back on any team, and I think he could be, but Malcolm Brown was just blowing just straight through the offensive line, straight through the defensive line, into the end zone, vulturing Todd Gurley of touchdowns, and he's going to vulture Darrell Henderson, so that obviously is a worry, but he may even start, it might be a 50-50 split share, and if that's what it seems like it's going to happen, if that's what the coaches are telling you, stay away from Darrell Henderson, and then you want to know who becomes the actual sleeper, it's going to be Malcolm Brown, so it's Darrell Henderson / Malcolm Brown. I think that one of these guys could be a humongous steal in your fantasy football drafts in 2020. Now, right now he's running back number 42 on Fantasy Pros. If he's the head back on the team, I see no reason why he can't be number 20 on the team. I just see no reason why he can't finish as a top 20 guy. And I'm stupid because Darrell Henderson's team finished 17th in rush attempts in 2019. The Rams like to run the rock, okay? They're going to run the ball in 2020, and I like Darrell Henderson for 2020 drafts. So if you guys have enjoyed this video thus far, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Now, the second to last guy here is big man Cameron Akers, FSU, running back 50 on Fantasy Pros. Now, it's 50.3 because you have to look at some different shit to find Cam Akers because he's ranked so low on there just because he is a rookie. They have no idea what team he's going to be on. I have no idea what team he's going to be on. But if he is a first or second, he's not going to be a first-day pick. If he's a second-day pick in the draft, you hammer Cam Akers because he has the potential to be a workhorse in the league. If he is the second back on the team, I don't give a fuck because he can earn that job. If he goes to Miami, he could take over from Jordan Howard. He just can. He is that good. I'm going to read you his stats for his whole career in Florida State. In 2017, his freshman year, he was 18 years old, 13 games, 194 rushes, 1,025 yards, 5.3 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, 16 receptions, 116 receiving yards, 5.20 target share on the team. Florida State in 2018, he's on the same team, obviously 19 years old, sophomore season, 12 games, 161 rushes, 706 yards, 8 total touchdowns, 23 receptions on 33 targets, 145 receiving yards, 7.3% target share. And then his junior season, right before he goes into the league, this man blew the NCAA's asshole wide open. 20 years old, 11 games, 231 rushes, 1,144 rushing yards, 5 per carry, his second best in his college career, 18 total touchdowns. He said, fuck it, let me more than double my career in touchdowns. 30 targets. 42 targets, 30 receptions, 225 receiving yards, 9.7 target share. Most running backs do not command 9.7% target share. And what is so great about Cam Akers? These numbers don't sound amazing. You could see a running back in college run for like 2,000 combined total yards. But the thing is, Cam Akers was the best player on that team. That offensive line was a sieve. That offensive line did not stand a chance against anyone. Cam Akers might have been the best offensive lineman just from strictly blocking out of the backfield. backfield. Cam Akers, I should say, is a very talented running back. I'm going to be making a video about him in a couple of days, probably sometime next week, so you are going to be seeing that on my channel. I love Cam Akers' potential. He's probably the running back that I'm going to stick my fucking flag right into because you're going to be able to get this guy late. There's potential for bust, just like with all these guys. There's potential for anyone to bust. But I see huge upside if he lands on the correct team. Now, I'm going to make another sleeper video probably after the draft so that we can see where the hell Cam Akers is. Let's hope he goes to Tampa with Tom Brady. Maybe he'll go to Miami. He'd get an opportunity there. Maybe, just maybe, he goes with Austin Eckler. He cancels out this next guy that we're going to be talking about, and he becomes a god. So the final guy of the video here is Justin Jackson, running back out of the LA Superchargers, running back number 51 on Fantasy Pros. Now, he didn't do shit in 2019. He was the running back 3 on the team because obviously they had Eckler and Melvin Gordon. But even when Melvin Gordon was not playing, he didn't really do anything. Okay, he was banged up, he was hurt. But if they bring no one in, if this is not Cam Akers' team, I think Justin Jackson could be amazing. In 2018, down the stretch, he played fantastic for your fantasy football championship team. 17.5 PPR points in Week 15, and in Week 16, 11.6 PPR points off the waiver wire. Great games from Justin Jackson. I really do believe in Justin Jackson. I think his talent is there. He was a guy who was hammering really late in drafts all of last season because I thought that Melvin Gordon was not going to return eventually, but then he did. It kind of fucked over Justin Jackson. But I think if Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson are the two main backs there, Justin Jackson has the potential to absolutely light up your fantasy football roster, and is an amazing pick late in draft. This guy might go undrafted in your league. He goes that late in drafts, round 15, round 16, round 14 is where he is going. He is a certified steal, a deep fucking sleeper. You're in REM sleep when you're drafting Justin Jackson. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you ended up enjoying, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Check out all of the videos on the channel. There's a bunch on the screen. Check out my Spotify, my Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast. Leave a review. Say, I love you, Nick. Say whatever. You can say, fuck you, Nick. I don't really care. And I'll read it on the show. So thank you guys all for watching. I love you all. Have a blessed rest of your day. Stay safe from the Rona. Goodbye.